everybody, and welcome back to Classic Drivers. Today, well, as you can see, I'm not in the garage. I'm in the house, and we're going to work on a little project using the CT-520D plasma cutter by Primeweld. So, right now I'm in my daughter's room, and I'm going to attempt to make a old-fashioned cast iron floor grate.
Yeah.
So, you want to show them?
Sure. So here's it. We'll go in the other room and show you why we made this floor grate.
These antique floor grates aren't easy to come by anymore. So I got the bright idea that I'm going to try and make one out of some steel with the plasma cutter. So this is the big giant hole we have in the floor.
Well, it's not that giant. It's mostly kind of medium size.
Well, you could fit into it. And what happens if you fell into there?
You can go in the kitchen.
Yeah, you would probably end up in the kitchen. You would break through the gyprock and...
Yeah, and you can also break something because it's full.
So yeah, we don't want the kiddo falling into the kitchen, and we don't want the cats trying to sleep in there. So this is just our spare room we have here. Everyone has one of these, you know, you put all your junk in, and we watch TV in here, and it's our utility playroom.
And we also get games in here.
Oh yes, lots of games. Yeah. So we're gonna go into the other room, and I'm gonna start by making a template so we can get this thing made. All right. And what I'm gonna try and do is replicate the pattern, and I'm gonna try and make one with the plasma cutter. So I'm gonna put this paper and duct tape it to the floor and try and transfer. So all I'm doing is passing over. We've all done this, just like in grade school. So you can see the pattern's coming through. And this is what it looks like. So now I'm going to take an X-Acto and cut out all the negative spaces so I can transfer this onto a piece of metal. So you probably already saw me make the template, and I got myself a piece of steel. It's 1/8 of an inch thick. Now I'm not going to make this thing so it's actually structural so we can walk on it. It's going to be behind a door, so it's more just to cover the hole that I have there and play around with the plasma. So what I've got here is I took a piece of angle iron and I drilled a 1/8 hole and welded this pin in, which is an actual old drill bit, and I drilled another hole here. Drilled a hole in my plate. What this is gonna be is a jig that hopefully, with my plasma cutter tip, hopefully that'll aid me in doing a nice circle. I also welded on a piece of angle iron on here, so I was out past my new welding table, which, again, I'm trying something else out for the first time. This is just a Mastercraft portable welding table. You can put it different heights, angles, blah blah blah. Let's see if this thing will work. I got the Primeweld set up for cut. I'm actually going to max it out at 50 amps. Just to see if I get a clean cut. I got my compressor hooked up, so we might get some noise. And I'm just over 30 psi. So let's see what happens. So I'm right by the door and I have the window open. It's still, I would go right outside, but it's still kind of cold outside. So I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna start here. We're gonna see what happens. I don't have fancy glasses, so I'm just using a welding helmet on a different setting. And let's try it. So, first thing that's happened is when it burnt through, it kind of got some slag, so I wasn't able to turn it. So, I don't know, this might be harder than it looks. It's kind of welding itself there, I think. So this might not work. This might not work. Yeah. Now it came out of my hole and messed it up even more. So, yeah. Alright, so we're going to try that again. I added some spacers underneath my jig to get the tip farther away because it didn't cut nice at all. Maybe I won't even be able to do it like this, so let's see if this works now. Not working that great. Kind of more gouging than anything. Why? Going too fast. Now I got this thing welded there. Alright, I'm going to continue on. My pin broke. I just shoved the drill bit through there. I don't know. It's not working the greatest. Alright, got myself a pizza pie. So that's what it looks like. Now I just have to trace on my design. Alright, I got my design laid out now on it. I tried with a white crayon, but it didn't want to stay on, so I just did it with a Sharpie. Now I'm going to see if I can freehand any of this. See what happens. I have started to mess up this tip, so I might have to change it. All right, would you check that out? It's done. I do see one thing, I got some warping going on, so I'm gonna have to hammer that back flat, but there is a lot of slag, so I'm gonna have to try and figure out how to do that, but I would say it's able to do a fairly intricate design. I like it. It's fun. So I hung it up, and now I'm just giving it some paint. A little VHT roll bar and chassis paint. And yeah, it's drying over there. I'll give it a couple coats and go install it. Alright guys, I'm in the house, and I've got this thing installed. So there it is. It goes behind the door. That's it. I kind of I just put a light in there just so you could kind of get some sort of an effect. Let me try and find the remote. And my remote for the light has a dead battery. Oh. It's amazing what you can do with a little machine. I think it turned out fantastic. So guys, I really like the Primeweld. You know, it's a little machine, hasn't failed me yet, and continue watching. I'm going to try and put out some more episodes of me using the TIG. So guys, keep that classic driving. Check you on the next.